What's going on, you guys? Links Forte here, bringing you my week 11 battle of the major Pokemon League, going up against Rogue this week. I just woke up, so I wanted to say season and was like, oh no, it's week, and still almost at season. Anyway, this is a post-com video for multiple reasons. The main being is that there is a disconnection in our first try of this. The reason being was like I want to say we were like 7 or 8 turns in, and my power just cut out like throughout the entire house. So my power cut out, and it was, I was recording obviously, but yeah, my power went out, so I had to wait for a little bit there. And I realized, like, I stopped the recording, and for whatever reason, like, OBS was trying to export it in non-MP4 format. So it was just weird, like, or I take that, like, it did export it in non-MP4 format. Even when I went back and looked at it, it was like, no, the extension is MP4, but it's like, oh, this whatever isn't supported. So yeah, it was stupid. So I was gonna have to post com anyway because of that. And then we tried to go and recreate the battle. Like, I considered just, live commenting all of that. And I was just like, you know what? Like, the thing was, like, there were hacks that didn't happen during our original playthrough, and I was like, hacks could happen, and I was like, depending on how many times we have to retry this, like, it could end up like making me record like 5, 6, 10 times. So I was just like, you know what, let's just do postcom with this. So that's what I'm gonna end up doing now, is postcom. And yeah, like, I think it took us 4 tries to make sure everything, like, until we got back to our original point. So that's how this is gonna be. Anyway, if you guys don't remember, Rogue is the one who beat us 4-0. Like, he was our second loss of the season after we lost to Ashton. I think that was like week 6. I don't remember. But yeah, Rogue has a very scary team. I think it's slightly different from when we played him the last time. Let me just double check. I'm pulling everything up. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm not prepared. But anyway, Rogue's team is Greninja, which is one of his Zmon, Latios, Skarmory, Emboar, Donphan, Mimikyu, Amoonguss, Jolteon, Miltank, Bravier, and Deontay. And actually, it is exactly the same as when we played him last time. So yeah, that's that. I was like, really, like, when I was prepping for him, like, Mimikyu and Skarmory were like big issues that I was trying to get around, because Mimikyu in disguise, it's basically like free setup. And then Skarmory, because it hazard stacked me and whirlwind me to basically finish the game off last time, and like, I was trying to play around that so it wouldn't happen, and I just didn't do a good job of it. So I was just trying to think of different things. So I'm not really gonna go over my team, but because there was some stuff, like, there were some like interesting things that I brought that I kind of don't want to give up. Like, we still have one more week, and just in case I have a shot at playoffs, I really don't want to give it up. Like win or lose, I'm still in the race for playoffs. Like, I'm 6-4 right now. If I lose, I go to 6-5, and you got Turbo there sitting at 6-4, who could go to 7-4 or 6-5. You have Blake there sitting at 5-5. I think he is. I think Blake's at 5-5. If he wins, he goes to 6-5. If he loses, he goes to 5-6. So like, you can create a big cluster for basically second place if a few of us were to lose. I think also Rob is at 4-5, or is he 5-4? I think Rob is 5-4. Sorry, yeah, Rob's at 5-4. So like, if he were to beat Turbo, he could go to 6-4. The reason he's 6-4 and not like 6-5 or 5-5 or anything like that is sorry, the reason he's 5-4 and not anything that equals 10 is because he has yet to play Brendan, because Rob got banned. His game got banned like a couple weeks ago, and it should have been unbanned because he was trading for his mons one of the weeks, and there was a disconnection, and he got banned, and he's been banned for a couple weeks. So it's a really stupid situation. But Brendan and Rob agreed to play like week 13, like the week after everything is done. So basically it's like a free week for everybody to get caught up. They agreed to play that week. You know, it is what it is. I play Rob next week. I think I'm just gonna, like, you know, say, hey, if you're not unbanned, we'll just do Showdown, because I don't care at this point. But anyway, so the team I brought here is Rotom Wash. And then I brought Magearna. I brought this Magearna. The way I have it is like it's EV to outspeed a max speed Adamant Donphan, because I want to be able to kill it with Ice Beam. Like, I want to be able to kill that Donphan with Ice Beam. Like, I have a Sugar Berry on. It's like, so basically I outspeed it, hit it with an Ice Beam, take an EQ, hit it with another Ice Beam, and kill it. Kamala is there basically to be an answer to Mimikyu. Like, I put a Rocky helmet on it. It's max HP, max defense. Like, if it gets to +2, like, oh, you know, I can't take the hit, but it's all good. Or I can barely live the hit. I think it's a roll, actually. Can't remember. I think it's a roll. But I would be able to get some chip damage off on it. That's just in case, you know, I can't break the disguise or anything. Mimikyu, which is Weavile, which is Choice Bandit. Salamence. I don't remember Salamance's set. Well, crap. I had this battle yesterday, and it's early in the morning, like I said. And then Skuntank, basically with Fire Blast, Sludge Bomb, and Dark Pulse to basically do some damage to Skarmory, force it out a little bit, you know, not to make things too crazy on my side of the field. Try not to get hazard stacked like I did last time, and hopefully play around Skarmory better. And anyway, we're just gonna hop right into the battle. You guys see his team there. I'm really not gonna break it down because it's gonna be broken down throughout the battle. But this is a pivotal matchup with me and Rogue, because, like I said, I'm 6-4, he's 4-6, still with a shot to get into the playoffs. I'm just trying to basically try to make my position stronger. I'm not solidified yet. But anyway, I'm going to lead off with Rotom. He's going to lead off with Latios. And after I saw this lead, I was thinking the whole time, like, I think he might be Dragon Dance, because that would actually run through my team if he were. Like, Dragon Dance with the EQ, Outrage, and then whatever other move. And then he went for the sub, and I was thinking, please don't be sub Calm Mind, because I brought in Magearna because I have the Sugar Berry and I can take a hit. I think I can actually take multiple hits even without Sugar Berry. But he does go for the EQ, which does tell me he is physical. And I'm just like, okay, well, I can take these hits. It's not a big deal. As I am going to go for the, did I say whatever. I am going to go for the Ice Beam here to break the sub. And, you know, I'm pretty sure I calced it. And I was like, hey, I can take an EQ and I can probably kill this thing with an Ice Beam. I think, you know, I didn't bring Fairy Stab this week, so I don't have Dazzling Gleam or Fluor Cannon. Fluor Cannon, I just didn't want the special attack drops and lose any kind of momentum. As he is going to switch into Donphan on the Ice Beam. This should have been easy to hit KO, which tells me that this Donphan is Assault Vested. Here I could have switched out in the Rotom, predicting the Earthquake, because Earthquake would have killed Magearna, but I opted to go for the damage and risk Magearna, or I risked losing Magearna because I didn't want Rotom to take a knockoff. Like I said, I have something interesting on Rotom that I'm going to give away. But I'm just going to go for either he overpredicts, or yeah, I don't want to say overpredict, maybe correctly predict it and went for the knockoff. And so it worked out for me. He's going to switch out from Donphan as I'm going to Ice Beam it in the Greninja. This is where the first hacks in one of our replays happened, because I froze the Greninja there, and it never happened to begin with. So he's going to U-turn, which tells me he might be Scarf or not Specs, as I was fearing Specs, because I could have died to a Specs Hydro Pump there. As I'm gonna Volt Switch on his U-turn, and he's gonna bring in Donphan, so it doesn't work, and I'm just gonna kill the Donphan with Ice Beam, because every time that Donphan comes in, I didn't have a reason to not Ice Beam. As he's gonna bring back in Greninja, and I'm just like, you know what? I have Volt Switch, I have Thunderbolt. I'm not gonna lose momentum, which is why I ran both. So I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt as he goes for the Hydro Pump, further, you know, ensuring that he is not Specs, because that would have killed. Or I think it would have been a better roll. Like it would have been a lot closer than that, even if it was a min roll. But anyway, I'm gonna get rid of the Greninja, so I have 2 issues gone from his team, as he's gonna go for the Swords Dance, and I have to stay in. Like I can't afford to basically allow this thing to either get behind the sub or get a free SD while it has a disguise. This is what I could have done, and I really didn't want to. I could have gone into Komala instead of sacking off Magearna here, but I really didn't mind it because Latios is still there, but I have other ways to beat Latios. I could have gone into Komala and taken the hit and you know, gotten some chip damage off on this, but I felt like it would be better to sack Magearna off and then bring in Komala, you know, force the damage, you know, maybe live, because there was a chance I could have lived and gotten the Shadow Claw off and taken that thing out, as he's going to predict either a Sucker Punch, probably predicted the Sucker Punch going into Braviary, as he's going to double back into Mimikyu, which is a really good play. But the thing is, I went into Skuntank, so this is somewhat of a problem for him, as he can't really Oko me without setting up. So he's actually going to go in, because I was thinking he would just go back into Braviary, but he does go into Skuntank. So I was like, you know, I didn't risk anything. He's probably just going to get up hazards here. So I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, and that tells me he's Spadef, because had he been Fizdef, he would have been knocked down his 30. So I was just really lucky that I hit that Fire Blast, because, you know, inaccurate moves are really bad. Here I thought about defogging, and I didn't even consider Braviary coming back in. I was just like, I really want this Skarmory gone. Like that was my whole thinking here. So I'm just gonna click Dark Pulse as he brings in the Braviary, which, like, it's a really smart play on his part, because I can't have hazards on my side of the field with Salamence and Weavile in the back, and this is my defogger. Like, I didn't bring Rapid Spin on Komala, so it was a really good play on his part. And so here I'm like, okay, he's with the leftovers. I know he's the bulk up set, as he goes for the bulk up there. And my whole thought process is do the maximum damage you can. Do the maximum damage, and Sludge Bomb gives me the maximum damage. And I almost didn't put Sludge Bomb on, but I was like, I needed a 4th move and didn't know what to do, so I put Sludge Bomb on it. Like, that's how Sludge Bomb came to be. And like I said, I was going for the max damage, and Sludge Bomb gives me the max damage here, and I just happened to get a poison, which really didn't matter since it's regular poison, and the leftovers cancel out. So I mean, I guess you could say it matters, but the thing is, now he has, like, bulk up Roost. This is a problem. So, this is a problem, because I don't want this thing, like, sitting on the field. So I decided to go for Dark Pulse to get a flinch, and I get it. Like, I needed that, because I couldn't have Braviary just sit on the field and roost all day. You know, the poison will be racking up, because I think I don't know how much normal poison does. Like, I don't think it's 6%. But either way, I couldn't have Braviary on the field, so I had to go for the flinch, and I needed to do what I could to it. And yeah, so I decided to just click Dark Pulse there. And that was in case Skarmory came in, because I think it was in range for Dark Pulse if it came in that way. Here he's going to go into Latios, and I'm thinking, oh, he's going to Earthquake, and that would finish me off, as he actually goes for the Dragon Dance, because he didn't think a Dark Pulse would kill. And I agree with that 100%, because I calced it, and I didn't think he was in range. And he said he just calced the wrong Pokemon. Like, he still had Mimikyu on the calc, and the thing was, like, that Dark Pulse does a max of 82%, and I didn't think he was in range. Like, I thought he was a little bit higher than that, but it is what it is. But Skuntank is basically, like, putting the team, like, is helping the team out. Doesn't do anything all season, but it's helping the team out, as he brings in Mimikyu, which is basically going to finish me off. And I was surprised I outsped, so I'm wondering maybe if he was like Trick Room SD. But Skuntank is going to get a Sludge Bomb off Poisoning. That doesn't matter, because Lumberry, and put it below half, and the Aftermath is going to take it down even further, allowing Weavile to come in with its Choice Banditness and click Knock Off a couple times to finish the battle. Basically, I'm going to click Knock Off here, and then I'm going to click Knock Off on the Skarmory to finish the battle. So that is a very good game 2 Rogue. His playoff life is actually over because of this. I have not solidified a playoff spot yet. I'm 7-4. Turbo won his battle, who's 7-4. Rob is 5-5 because he lost to Turbo. The thing is, Rob still has 2 games. I play him next week, and then he plays Brendan the week after. I really wish they would play that game before, because if Brendan were to beat Rob, I would be in playoffs. I think me and Turbo would be locked in for playoffs. Because Brendan couldn't get to 7 wins. Yeah, Brendan can't get to 7 wins. He can get to 6. So really, in the end, it would be between him and Blake. So I kind of want them to do their battle, and then I can bring like meme sets next week, but that's not gonna happen. So it is what it is, you guys. But yeah, next week, like I said, we play Rob. It's gonna be a showdown battle post-com, because live com showdown battles are like long for me for whatever reason. Like I don't know, whatever. It's gonna be post-com. So look out for that. Look forward to it. The end of the season, it's gonna be fun. And with that, I'm actually gonna get out of here, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Rogue in the description. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.